Hyper-Aware of a Spiritual Realm by Esther N. Iyer. Chapter 1. Whimsical. When I was very young, there was a brief period of time in my life that my soul will never forget. It's as if I stepped into a dimension where I fully embraced the good side of my imagination. It still feels like the only time where I was truly, fully in love with life. It was definitely a coping mechanism, but I'm still so grateful to this day that I did not fall into something more self-destructive. My understanding of God and a relationship with Him was still a baby one at the time, but deep down I felt I had been given another chance at life. Prior to this season of my life, I had struggled with life-ending thoughts at the age of 12. It's strange to think how my life already felt as if it was over when it had barely begun. I think this is why I felt like suddenly I was alive for the first time when I felt this well of hope again. Spring became my new favorite thing. I spent hours drawing pictures and playing video games. I would buy necklaces and give them different names like my Jewel of Courage and Bird of Wisdom. I fell in love with mermaids and wanted to live in the ocean. I would walk on our gravel road, barefoot, and sing as loudly as I wanted. Since no one was around, I didn't feel self-conscious. Almost everything felt beautiful to me. I didn't have many friends, but I was happy in my own world. It may sound lonely, and to be honest, it was. I think what helped ground me the most is the fact that my family was possibly the most stable at this time, even though a lot of things were still very brutal and not normal. My grandma was also still alive at this time, though it was a short while before her cancer diagnosis. I didn't realize how hard things would be in the years to come. I didn't know things would begin to feel more unsafe, confusing, and lonely. My love for art and writing would never change, though. It's what helped me survive. I ended up spending all my teenage years writing and illustrating a novel. I can see now what a good thing it was to escape in this way. In some ways, it was such a relief and brought me closer to my soul. I think possibly my fondest memories are of playing make-believe with my nieces and nephews, especially playing mermaids. There were times it felt completely real to me that I was, in fact, a mermaid in the ocean, or a fairy living in the woods. I fell in love with a singer I wanted to be just like. She would wear whimsical clothes and sing her heart out. I loved her music so much. My hair was long and flowing, and I loved to walk barefoot practically all the time. And if I wasn't, I would wear my favorite pair of lace-up boots, which I ended up wearing until they fell apart. My intense nostalgia for this time in my life would end up making me desperately hold on to things later. I would not let go of old dresses or clothing, even though I couldn't fit into most of them anymore. I became obsessed with the past because I eventually lost the spark and the awe for life I had at this time. It's why I still think about it now, too. It's interesting how, when you truly grow up, you are able to embrace the beauty of whimsical things again and recognize the vital importance of childhood. Sadly, this world makes most of us as children lose our innocence much too fast. Sometimes we're not protected as we should be. Sometimes we struggle with things we feel guilty about later, or we do things wrongly because we don't know any better. We're just kids. To this day, I still want to wander the deep woods and wear flowers in my hair. I want to lay by the ocean and still want to imagine I'm a mermaid. Those things shouldn't have to change. Also, we are worth so much more than we realize. It's hard to feel that, maybe especially when we're children. Feelings and emotions are unbelievably intense when we're that young. We literally cannot help it. That's why it's so crucial to be told and assured in simple language. We need to know we are safe. It's a universal human need. Often, either when we are young or later in adulthood, we'll develop addictions because of that very reason. We long for real comfort and true stability, but we try to find it in the wrong way. I don't think I can ever let go of the whimsical side of life and part of who I am. It's too important to me and also too deeply ingrained. I will say, it's a very painful and empty thing when all I can see or feel is the dark reality of life. And I can't seem to access the very thing that gives meaning and, well, hope. I've experienced that darkness one too many times. I know that God knows the pain and is with me in it when it feels like I'm drowning. But I think to my earthly body, it's caused long-lasting damage. That's why it's so important to me to see it and feel it when I can. I will continue to embrace those softer moments in life, paint watercolors, learn new crafts, sing loudly when I'm alone, and find joy in those little seemingly insignificant moments, which are in fact the most important. He is good.